Hi and welcome to FynOne. Today we will look at the features available under Basic Plan. So as you are aware, we have three pricing plans: Basic, Standard, and Pro. So the features available under Basic Plan, that is priced at 1488 per profile per year, includes profile creation with or without GST, quotations and sale orders, invoicing including credit and debit notes, customer management, PO creation and vendor management, expense and payments management, banking module that also includes interbank transfers, inventory management with stock movements, FynMart, which is the e-commerce platform and the point of sale solution, and unlimited user management. The accounting sections are not available as part of basic plan, and so is the compliance sections, which covers e-invoicing, e-way bill, GST returns filing, and vendor to be reconciliation. So accounting and compliance modules are not available as part of basic plan. Now we'll start with a quick demo of the basic plan features. So you register an account on FynOne. You basically visit fynone.com or you download the mobile app and create an account by clicking on this login or sign up. You register an account with your phone number and then add a profile. So the way you add a profile is on the top right corner. You can always go to the all profiles page and add a profile. If you have if your business is GST registered, then you enter the GST ID. We being a GST Suvidha provider or a GSP, we would be able to we fetch all the other relevant details so that you don't have to populate them manually. So for example, you only enter the GST number and then the legal name, trade name, PIN code, district, state, address, etc. is all pre-populated by us based on the data available on the government portal. So once you can create unlimited profiles, and as soon as you assign the pricing plan to a profile, you will see that plan name also on the top under the name of the profile. So we that would give you the name of the plan and also the end date of the subscription for that plan. You can switch profiles by clicking on this green icon, and there are other features as part of the drop down like my details, what's new, and also the link to the app download. Starting with account management, there is a note on data security. Then, of course, is banking. Banking includes addition of unlimited bank accounts, and these could be CASA accounts, it could be credit debit card accounts, it could be prepaid instruments like GPay, PhonePe, Google, Paytm, etc. Unlimited cash accounts, or even deposits like fixed deposits, recurring deposits, sweep FD, and so on. Now, the reason you would maintain these various accounts is to then link your collections and payments to these accounts to manage the bank balances accurately. So when you go to bank accounts, you will see for each bank account, you have a nickname, and against that, what is the current balance of that particular bank account, and what is the default bank account also, which will be used as part of invoice creation. You can look at bank passbook, which will give you the status transaction details of individual bank accounts or all the bank accounts for a particular date range, like last 7 days, last 30 days, last month, etc. What are the debits, what are the credits, what is the opening balance, what is the closing balance, etc. And you can also download that in a CSV format for analysis. You can also do bank to bank transfers. So if let's say you are withdrawing cash from your bank, then you can give the from bank as, let's say, this particular bank from which you want to withdraw. Choose the to bank as cash, give the transfer amount. Let's say you're transferring 1,000 rupees. If there is a commission, then you can also enter commission amounts, or you just give the details like the transaction date, the reference, the remarks, etc., and save. Now immediately the bank passbook for the cash account would include the transfer as a credit, and and you would also have a debit on the bank account side. So the bank name HDFC Bank has a debit entry, the cash account has a credit entry, and accordingly the balances also would be recomputed. Then, of course, is document manager. You can add unlimited documents as part of this document manager. and the maximum file size for each document is 5 MB. You can upload PDFs, docx, JPG, and any other images as you feel like. You can also give document tags to help you in the search of those documents, and you can basically manage all those documents under this header. The pricing plan, so you have, as discussed, you have the option to choose the pricing plan when you start using FynOne. So you will be able to choose it as a basic plan and accordingly start. You will and give the details for the settings. This is to be used as part of billing contact information. So what is the name, what are the contact details? If you are doing e-invoicing, then we also ask for the address pertaining to e-invoicing and e-way bill, so that that information gets sent to the government portal, and whether you want to show authorized signatory on the invoice print or not. What is the invoice prefix, what are the invoice terms, declaration, and additional licenses. And we've given an info icon. Wherever you see this eye icon, please have a mouse over it so you know what it refers to. And for exports also, if you want to enable, if the company is into exports, then you can enable export section in the billing form on the sales side. And then we go to financial metrics that covers summary information. So it gives you a comparative view and standalone view that you can also copy the data and paste it in Excel. And you can do a date range. So by default, we give current month compared to the current financial year, but you can always change the date ranges and get a visibility on what is the gross revenue, net revenue, cash balance, and then the bank balance as of that particular date. What is the pending collections? What is the pending payments, and so on and so forth. There's also the P&L statement giving you visibility on the revenue for that particular date range compared to the YTD, the revenue, the COGS, the gross profit, operating expenditure, operating profit, other non-operating expenses, and the PAT. Then, of course, coming to the income and collections module. Starts with quotations and sale orders. You can add a quotation, you can expire a quotation, you can convert that quotation to a sale order, or you can also directly add a sale order also. So you can either create a quotation, and during quotation creation also, if you feel it should not be termed as quotation, you have here given options. You can call it an estimate, you can call it a pro forma invoice. So you have the option to choose what is the document type and accordingly call that document accordingly. So you can create quotations, pro formas, estimates, etc., and convert them to a sale order. Or you can create a direct sale order, and from here you can convert that to an invoice when the customer has confirmed. So you have the option to download, convert to invoice, copy that sale order, edit that sale order, or even cancel that sale order. And every data is stored. So you also have the option to see what all sale orders were cancelled, what all are active. You can search by specific fields like customer name and the sale order number, etc., and also see the data based on specific date ranges. Purchase order contract details. This is to upload the information received from the customers, the PO numbers, and you can activate, deactivate them. You can also upload the PO copy. You can give a PO end date and edit it for if there is an extension of that PO. And also the PO amount, what you enter, we automatically calculate the balance as and when the invoice is generated. If you create a credit note, automatically we add that amount back into the balance. So the balance will get increased if it's a credit note that you have created. Invoice, you can add invoices in the form of a one by one form fill, or you can do bulk Excel upload. If it's a form, it's a very easy form, allows you to generate invoice in less than 10 seconds. So you can give a customer name. If it's a new customer, let's say Hitesh, we already have a Hitesh, let's say Hitesh NR, for example. You can edit the phone number of the customer. You can also click on this show additional fields, and you can enter the GST ID of that customer so that the rest of the information is prefetched. If it's a B2B, if it's a B2C customer, you just leave it as it is. And then you can add the invoice data. You can change this to if it's a credit note, debit note, you can change the document type, and automatically the document sequence, the document number sequence will change. Even if it's exports, we automatically change the sequence. So for credit note, debit notes, and exports, the document number sequence is automatically changed by us. And then you have additional fields to choose if it's a B2C, B2B. So we auto populate this, but we give you the option to also see that information and also change if in case of exports or SEZ sales and so on. if there are item details. So you have the right side menu, which is customizable in terms of allowing you to choose which is relevant for your business. So let's say you have item data, but you don't want invoice terms, you don't want dispatch from ship to export, custom invoice fields, and so on. You can just choose item data alone, and then you can enter the item information. Let's say it's a, uh, for example, a drilling machine, right? So that item is not available in the inventory. So you have the option to add that item from the inventory management module, that is here, or you can do a quick add, which will allow you to add it from here itself during the sale form. So you select on product. If it's a service, you select service. If what is the UQC, what is the HSM code, what is the GST rate? Let's say the GST rate is 28%. And then what is the minimum order quantity? And if you want to track this item for stock movement, and if you want to allow negative balance, that is typical in case of you wanting to do an invoice even though the item has not reached your warehouse still. So it's on the way from the vendor to your warehouse or to your godown, but you still want to go ahead and generate that invoice. We give you the option to allow negative balance on the stock movement. And what is the opening stock quantity? Let's say you have only 5 of that. What is the sale and purchase price that you can enter here? If you want, this will come as part of the invoice as pre-filled, but of course editable. So let's say it's 5,000 rupees, then GST amount is something, and then we calculate the item total and so on. You can also see additional fields like SKU code, barcode, safety stock, reorder point, reorder quantity, maximum stock level, etc. As well as custom fields can be created, up to 20 custom fields at an item level. So let's say you are giving weight is one custom field. These are attributes. Custom fields at an item level are basically attributes of that item. So let's say color, and let's say you give some size. So these are certain fields that you say then say save. That item is added successfully to the inventory. So you then select that module. You have the small copy option in case you have created the same item for a previous invoice. That is, if you have selected that item for a previous invoice, you can copy that information immediately rather than to enter item description and change the quantity, etc. You can very quickly just copy that item from the previous invoice if you have already selected that item for a previous invoice. So let's say quantity is 1, price is whatever. If there's a discount, you give the discount, and then you have this custom fields option. Select the custom fields. Let's say you want only color to be mentioned as brown. So these are fields which will be displayed on the invoice print as attributes. So we are giving brown here. You can add more items. We support unlimited item additions. You can keep adding items. And you can also add document level discounts. You can add other charges, and you can also have round offs. So all of those are available as part of this document value section. Then there is the allocation center, which is like a cost and profit center. If you want to maintain such a thing, like say electronics is already created by us for this profile, but you can create a new allocation center. These are like custom cost and profit centers. Income type, we auto populate it as sales revenue. This is used for the ledger and journal creations. And then income subtype, if you want to create a custom subtype also, you can create that. And then of course is payment options. So you can just leave the payment or if you receive the payment immediately, you can update the payment information, and you can do multiple payment updation. Let's say you got 2,000 rupees and this was via UPI. You can select the bank account to which you got, and then you can save. You can add more payments also. So there's still 4,400 due. Let's say the customer then pays 1,000 rupees as cash. You can choose the particular account as cash account, and then bank account also we have one of that bank account name as cash. You can also add deductions. If the customer says that they have deducted 10% as TDS, you can choose what is the type of deduction. You can give a deduction subtype, and you can also give a percentage here saying that this is the value that has been deducted, etc., and then add the TDS amount also as part of the payment receipt, and then say so one invoice, multiple payment, each payment multiple deductions. So you can do all of those as well, and then you can save it as a draft with or without invoice number. We give you that option as well. When in case the customer has not confirmed and you have not received any payments, etc., you can save it as a draft and then edit it on a later date, or you can just save it as an invoice and proceed. So whatever is pending to be collected, you will see that as part of collection listing. you'll be available here. You can add a priority to it. During the form fill also, you can give a due date. Otherwise, you can update the due date here also. So let's say that customer says that they'll pay by 5th of July. You can just save that due date. So automatically a priority is created as due, overdue, or immediate due, or yet to be due, etc. You can filter by priority. You can search by invoice level, or you can search by customer level, and you can also knock off the payments again at an invoice level or customer level. So let's say that particular customer has three invoices totaling 10,000 rupees, and they give you as one single payment. You can just do a customer level knockoff and collect that one single payment. So it will create one single payment receipt, and it will map it to all the three invoices, whatever is the due amount. So you have the action here from where you can also update the payment details, the deductions, etc. Whatever is dues, all of it is computed. The collected, you can again share that collected also as over email, WhatsApp, etc. You can download that collected amount, or you can even cancel the collection. You can also directly update advance amounts. In case you receive advance from the customers, you can update that amount as well directly, or even other income like financial income, miscellaneous income, etc. You can add those. Let's say you receive interest income, or you receive some additional payments. You can manage all of that as part of other income. I can give an income subtype, and then you can give a voucher. So automatically you'll get a voucher number. You can give the taxable value, assign it to an allocation center, add the payment details, and then you can save it to update the bank passbook. You have the income dashboard. So before that, of course, in the add of view invoices, if it's a B2B transaction and you're eligible for e-invoicing and you're part of the pro plan, then you have the option to generate e-invoices from this IRN tab. Income dashboard, you have the you can search by various types of document statuses. You can search by types of customers. You can also do a search by top collections, top other income by value, and so on. So you can look at the data dashboards. You can also look at the specific details. You can download it and export for export of CSV format, and also wherever you see data tables, you have the option to see download only the summary information, or you can also download invoice level information here by clicking on all primary details. Expenses and payments, you can add purchase orders. You can assign. You can upload vendor invoices when you create a new expense bill. You can also look at the payable listing, what has been paid, what is the advance you have paid, what are the other expenses, and so on, as well as expense dashboard. Similar to income dashboard, this is on the expense side. Inventory management, you can add or view items from here. You can also edit the item details. Suppose the drilling machine current stock is 4 and its price at 5,000, but you want it changed. The sale item, you want it price to be at 8,000, for example, or you want the HSN code to be changed, whatever. You can update all of that information. There is a very detailed tracking. Audit trail is maintained on every change that is done. Then, of course, is dispatch stock, which is to manage gate pass, generate delivery challan, etc. And then, of course, you have the user management, where you can add unlimited users and assign them to specific modules as owners, co-owners, or sub-users. And then you can also create user groups and assign users to a user group. Why this would be important? User groups is more for managing permissions, etc. at a user group level. And later date, we plan to build collaboration tools and communication platforms for user groups. Customer and seller, you can look at the customer listing, the seller listing. What either you can add customers from here directly, you can add sellers from here directly, or you can whatever you add through the sale form, they get added to the customers. Whatever you add to the purchase form, they get added to the seller module. And you can activate, deactivate. You can also look at who are the customers or sellers you have deleted, etc. All those audit trails are made available. Every data, you also get to see who created, who has updated it as well. So if there is any update, be it an item listing, or be it a customer, be it a invoice, etc., you have a very detailed audit trail on who created, who updated, when was it updated, and so on. Suppose if you have an invoice for which you want to for which you want to amend the data. So you have an invoice in which you want to amend the details. Let's say this Hitesh and the total amount is 6,400, but then you want to make an amendment. You first cancel this invoice, then you'll go to cancel tab. From the cancel tab, you have the option to select that invoice So you can say I want to copy with the invoice number. So you can use the same invoice number and copy this data and save, make the changes and save. Now what will happen is the document status under cancel will change as old. So there is an amendment workflow also that has been built so that the document status will say cancel. If it's a cancelled invoice, it will change to old if there is an if that invoice has got amended. So very detailed duplicate check and audit trails and amendment workflows maintained as part of the solution. Finally, coming to FynMart, which is the e-commerce platform. So so you get the option to create a mart, and you have the option to choose what type of mart it should be. So it can be a food and beverage industry, it could be a freelancing, it could be lifestyle and fashion, it could be pharmacy, it could be retail store, it could be spas and salons, etc. So whatever the type of mart, and then you have the option to also choose whether the visibility of that mart should be public or private. If it's public, then your customers can scan your QR code, get added to the mart, and start doing pre-ordering so that you can view those orders and deliver those orders. And then if it's private, then your customers cannot view your store on the FynMart app, right? So then you have the dashboard of top sale invoices and top collections. You can even manage inventory from here. Suppose you want an inventory here, which you already have in FynOne, then simply go to inventory management, go to add or view item, select the items that you want in FynMart, and then click on move to Mart. Automatically, though, you will see the symbol here saying move to Mart. So those items will be moved to Mart. It will be available here. From here, you can also edit the items. Here also you have all the options to view, edit, delete, and also add video and media. So you can actually create media here. So you can add photos, videos, etc. You can categorize those items into categories, and you can view what are those categories. You can modify the items within that category, add, delete, modify, etc. Those items. You can also create orders where this is like a point of sale system. So let's say you have an existing customer, you only select which of the items you want, you just go ahead, add, and click on the checkout option, see if whatever items are correct. If you want to change the quantity, you can change the quantity here also. And if it's a decimal, you can even make the change here as adding it as decimal, saying 1.5, 2.25, etc. If there are additional discount, you can update that, other charges, round off, and then proceed to pay or pay later. This is a pure POS solution. So if you say pay later, that gets created as a sale order. Now FynMart is automatically synced to FynOne. So anything that you do in FynMart will be available in FynOne. For example, this is a sale order ending with 32. When you go to FynOne under income and collections and you go to sale order, quotations and sale order, you will see this 32 here as well. Mahesh, 535 rupees. So that is already captured here. Now from here, you can add the payment information. You can convert it to an invoice. You can also cancel the order. Suppose you convert it to an invoice, you will see that under completed, and here also that invoice would have gone into completed here, meaning available as a invoice in FynOne as well. So from here you can take a POS print. So this is a POS print format where either if it's a 57 or a 80 the sprint will neatly sit into that format, and you have the option to see that POS print. You can cancel it, and then I'll go to cancel tab. You can manage collections here as well. Here too you can manage the collections. You can also do the customer management from this module as well. So all of these are part of FynMart, and just it basically FynMart is a e-commerce and a point of sale solution. So if you keep it as public, then your customers can can access your stores and order online. So that is they get an app separately called FynMart. This is the merchant side app which is connected to FynOne. The customers would get a separate app called as FynMart, from where they can access your store. It's a merchant invite only platform. So you invite your merchants by allowing them to scan your QR code, and then they access your store, and they can do pre-ordering, and they also see the order related details. So that is called mart.finone.com, where your customers can do the pre-ordering. Okay. So this is the FynMart merchant side platform, and the user side platform, and this is the FynMart merchant side platform. And as I said, FynMart and FynOne are closely linked and easily allows you to manage your interactions and transactions with your customers. All of these are part of basic plan. Hope you got a clarity. For any queries, please reach out to our authorized distributors or reach out to FynOne team. Thank you for watching this video.